In Palabora, brah, I, I think the leadership here is not decisive.
Okay.
We're having that problem. We're having that challenge. It's what we call by the way. Maybe it will work out itself. Like that problem will just disappear, and it's perpetuating. It's continuing. Like it's growing. Like now it's natured. You understand? It's lack of employment. Those activities we used to have back then. Foskor would take out trucks and collect kids in the neighborhood, take them to Foskor. There were trucks
Yeah, I remember.
to go as far as
Lulekan,
Lulekan,
yes.
wherever, and 1, 2, 3, collect kids after school to go and play cricket, soccer, arts and
Dancing,
culture and whatnot. So this nowadays we don't have. We don't have such programs. Our recreational facilities is something else. You see, we even went to a point where a soccer field is sold.
Imagine.
Kutemo stands, a soccer field. That thing was meant to keep these people busy. You understand? We produce stars there and keep them from drugs like that. We no longer have. You understand? So that's the challenge. Our municipality should chip in like now this politics of nowadays is factions. Like it's a group of people fighting each other. While we are concentrating on fighting, you understand? We're losing power, we're losing numbers in the process. Every conference of organizations decreases numbers by half of membership. They jump ship, half is gone. The winning team will remain the losing team will jump ship. Why? Everyone is arrogant. Everyone wants things to be done their way.
And we are missing the point.
We are missing the point. Majority rules. This group wins, we join them. Let them lead. If we are smart, we'll learn from them. We'll outsmart them tomorrow. That's how it's supposed to work. But if you divorce yourself from them, you'll never learn anything. You are going to start something elsewhere. Once you start something elsewhere, there will be a break in between. It's a decrease of numbers still. You understand? So we're not winning, we're not achieving as black people. Can you imagine DA with less membership is the official opposition in South Africa, a group of minorities. But DA doesn't have numbers, people.
Yeah,
but they are within the space. You understand? And these organizations of being started out of anger. Hey, it's personal, China. It's hot in there. It's hot.
Is it?
Anger brings what? All those decisions, but I tell you now, they won't be proper. Because your judgment is clouded by anger. Once your judgment is clouded by anger, you're bound to make wrong decisions. Propaganda, it's like that. It's like that. Cope is dead. It was coming all right. Now the EFF, let me tell you now, it was started out of anger. Now it's dropping. It is losing members. It's because they allowed factions in between. MK party now. It's a new baby. It's a newborn. You understand? But already there's enough problems to can feed the whole country. There's problems. It's hard there. You understand? You can't start an organization, you court order.
No, it doesn't work.
You're starting, already there's a court order. One is challenging this, 1, 2, 3 is this. One automatically, there's no center there. Go one first. That thing is, it's a mess.
Greeting, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Palabra Podcast Corner. My name is Nico Mabaso, your host for Palabra Podcast Corner. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your comments. We're seeing your subscriptions. As we really appreciate your support. Please tell your friends to tell their friends about Palabra Podcast Corner. We're here to stay and we're hoping to make a difference in people's lives in knowledge and hinkwaswo leswi swi akaka swi nga na nkoka evuton'wini. We are filming from Swapane Lodge. They are one of our great support system. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. We are Phalaborwa Podcast Corner. We like to sit with people that will impart knowledge to the younger generation and everyone else. Time and again, we identify one where we want to identify people that will make a difference. Will share knowledge. Kuri vanhu va va na vutivi kumbe va pfuleka matihlo in any area of life. So today, we don't normally do this, but today we are sitting with someone we believe is very knowledgeable in his area. We want to talk a lot about it, and we've been meaning to sit with this gentleman for a while now. But I'm glad, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. Louis Mthebule. I needed to make sure I pronounce that this time.
Yeah, it's Mthebule.
Yeah.
Louis Mthebule.
Welcome to Palabra.
Makaringe.
Sure. I'm like a Palabra podcast corner.
I can see the. Thank you.
Do you watch it? Do you sometimes sit and watch it?
Yeah. When I have time, I go through my Facebook page.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I catch you live or your thing, you doing your thing,
Yeah.
your podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know about it.
Do you think you'll one day sit in the set and we do this thing?
Nah. I've never imagined. But I met you this other day and said, okay, we sat and spoke.
Yeah.
And then the proposal like that.
Yeah.
And I said, I've got nothing to lose.
Yes.
Why not?
Yeah.
Let me attend.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me talk to this chap.
I'm glad Mvumeri na cancer, big brother.
Salute.
Mvumerile to be part of. Yeah, maybe before we go into the core of why I brought you here, let's just talk about just a little bit briefly about your upbringing. I know, well, I've known you because I'm young. I've known you for a while now, for over 2 decades. Yeah, but I only know what I know. So let's say briefly tell the people from Phalaborwa who's Louis Mthebule, and yeah.
Louis, as in me,
Yes.
I'm a boy. I'm a Phalaborwa boy. I'm a product of this place. I was born here at Maputamalaji, 1985. And I grew up staying here at Namakhal. So almost 18 years. But I didn't finish 18 years in Namakhal. Living in Namakhale, went to stay at Lulekan and Majenj. I stayed at Majenj Ben Farm. We have a house there. It's my father's house, my mother's house. I stayed in Lulekan, but I didn't stay too much at Ben Farm. I'll say almost my teenage, I was staying at Lulekan. Because I started school there 1998, my Jajai school, grade 8. And then I passed my matric there. In 2003, I was the president of the SRC by then, 2003.
Okay.
And then primary school, I went to Gaza. Standard 1, standard 2. I went to Pulani Bzola, standard A and B.
Sub A.
Sub A and B. Then Pulani, I went for standard 1, standard 2. Then I went to Malamala Primary School, where we met.
Yes.
Where our former teacher who passed, may his soul rest in peace, Ma'am Son.
Yeah.
She taught us English, that lady.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she did justice, eh?
Yeah, she did justice.
Yeah.
She always got awards for the best teacher,
Yeah.
best English teacher
Yeah.
in the district. So you'd understand when she say when you pronounce the THE, it's not there,
Yeah.
it's the. And then if you make a mistake, you'll get a slap.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't want to make a mistake. So
that's true.
she did justice.
No, she did.
She brought us well. So we can articulate, we can speak.
Yeah.
Normally, like, we understand this language.
Right, yeah.
And
I agree. No, I totally agree with you. You have a point. You're taking me back. Look, blah blah, Memson. You're bringing good memories and stuff, and that is true. You know what? I don't want us to waste time and beat around the bush. I want us to, blah blah, listen, because to those that do not know you that are watching, this gentleman, according to me, I believe I'm right, is a political activist and more. So much knowledge about this area, which is not, I'm not that strong, yo. So I believe from this episode, a lot of people will have learned together with me, and just be aware of what we need to know about our society and what we deserve, and also our responsibility as young people and just being citizens of Ba-Phalaborwa and the rest of the country for that matter. But we're gonna start local and see what are things that we can help us identify and also sort it out. Maybe we are sleeping slow on again. Kumbe we are overdoing it. You'll advise.
There's a lot happening.
Yeah, there's a lot. Let's start here. What inspired you to become a political activist? Because it's a very sensitive area. It's not everyone who has the guts to get into that area.
It started at an early age. I strongly believe when seeing our former president, the first black president in South Africa, coming out of jail. By then, we had a television at my place, at my house. I saw everything there, like, okay, this Nelson Mandela, he fought for us. He fought for our freedom and whatnot. And the ANC, you understand? So ANC, those activists, I grew up knowing, Comrade Kassel Matar. He used to come to my house there at Namahar. So, and my brothers, I saw apartheid happening in front of me. Sometimes my brothers wouldn't sleep at home. They would jump the fence, sleep there by the stream there. There's a smaller stream, it's a river like. They were sleeping that side when the police are coming at night. So there was a code that everyone understood. We used to have this steel dustbins. They will take those leads, bang them together like it's a sign as in they are coming. So all the boys must run. You understand? So that's how we grew up.
Okay.
And then seeing things happening like that, I was touched. Like I grew up understanding what safari, and there aren't so many people who are willing to go that extra mile to fight for our society, fight for our people. So I was inspired by Comrade, our former president, went to jail, but the likes of Robert Sobukwe, like was Steve Biko. I would watch that movie of Steve Biko, and I would cry. Tears would come out. So I'm sensitive like that. That's why I decided to, okay, if I could, let me fight for these people. I'm a voice to those who can speak. I'm a fighter to those who don't have the strength to fight. I confront. I challenge the system. You understand? So we live in a society where only the strongest survive. So I've learned and understood if I don't stand firm and believe in my cause, I'll fall for anything. I rather stand for something. I must believe as to justice must be served. Our black people must prevail. You understand? This white privilege, this white supremacy must fall. You understand? So I felt so deep. I need to fight for my people. So that's how it started.
Okay.
Yeah. So I took a chance, and I remained consistent. And then I landed somewhere.
Okay.
Till today, I still believe I'm a politician. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, great. That is, it takes people that are brave to say what you're saying, and also, kwamukela, or to receive a call and answer to it. I believe it's a calling because it's not everyone who can do it.
100%.
So, you saying you were president, Amajej?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, when you were doing matric then.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you believe today, people that were there in those times? What are some of the things that are engraved in there that you've left at Majejai?
I remember the first challenge. It was, dreadlocks. They were not allowed in our school. And then while I was in class, I would be called as the president to chase around a kid who has dreadlocks around the school, find that person, bring them to the office, you understand, as the president. So I did it, and then did it, and did it, only to find out I'm losing lessons. They call me from the class. I must chase a person with hair for dreadlocks. You understand? It's a hairstyle. It's a hairstyle. You understand? So I then said one day, I asked my teacher, or he- they called me and said, okay, there was this boy called Gift Glove, if I recall proper. He had the longest dreadlocks in that school. Not only him, also girls had dreadlocks. It's just that they were like neat and like hairstyled like that. So I asked my teacher, you called me to go and chase this boy because of dreadlocks. And then I went back to the class. The teacher was gone, and the lesson passed. You understand? So, make me understand. Does this dreadlocks make these people not to understand in class, not to listen, not to concentrate? What's the problem with dreadlocks actually? Tell me why these dreadlocks are not allowed. She didn't have an answer. You understand, for me. So there was this teacher called Mrs. Ndlovu. She was the HOD in grade 12. Grade 12 HOD. And then we were sitting in a meeting. Because me and that lady who called me, we were not finding each other. So she referred me to her superiors. And then I went there and asked the same questions. That lady sat down and listened to me and said, okay, I asked them, do you even have a subject called guidance in the school? We don't have.
Okay.
So how do you think these people will get the memo? How will these people know how to behave if you don't teach them? Now I'm chasing around a person with dreadlocks and I'm losing lessons in class. And then she then said, okay, Waname, I hear you. Your story is proper.
You have a point.
You have a point. So let's try to allow these dreadlocks and see what will happen. But you as the president, you must make sure anyone who comes with dreadlocks, they must be presentable. And then they must put on their uniform, they must look
They
neat,
must be neat.
they must be presentable like that. So that's the first thing I changed in that school. They allowed dreadlocks in our school. My year 2003. Second thing, we didn't have blazers and like our uniform was just normal uniform, like that normal uniform, you know. We didn't have t-shirts like that, scarf or whatsoever. And we didn't have student cards like Bofrans du Toy. So I said to the to the principal, I went and presented. You know why we are having problems? Yeah, we can't identify each other. We don't know each other. So a child can come from Ushena High School and spend a day in the yard. We are wearing the same uniform.
It's
And
going to be
know,
difficult right now.
it's going to be difficult to know this child is not going to this school. You understand? Why can't we start this thing and establish this student card thingy? And then they sat down because it's a challenge for me to identify these people. At some point, I had to chase some kids, and then they jumped the fence, and then they went, only to find out they are not students there. They are from Namahar. You understand? So they came there doing their own thing, and the reason why we chased them is because they fought a student inside the yard. They were wearing the same uniform. You understand? You remember those times we used to have gangsterism and stuff. It was fashionable in our area. You understand? You had to be a member of a gang for you to survive. You know, we had boundaries. Remember in Namakhala there's UK, there's Kefin and whatnot. If you are from top UK, you can't go to Zone Zaza.
So useless.
You'll be moved, bruh. Useless things.
Useless things.
Yeah, so I experienced fights. A knife brought to school, and when we further investigated, only to find out these people don't go into Majeja High School. They are from somewhere. So we had student cards. Since then, since I left, that system, I don't know, they went back. I don't know if they thought it's useless or what, or maybe there was no one who was pushing it. So there are those things are things that I did for the school.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
And I believe you are still remembered for that.
yeah, for a fact. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You've done your part. I mean, you were for God's sake, you president of high school.
Mind you.
Yeah. You're that those are where the challenges and were necessary at that point in time. So you deserve flowers for that.
Salute.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go home. Let's go to our town, Phalaborwa. We both grew up. We were born here. We were growing up in here. We know some of the things that used to happen back in the days that are not happening now. Activities, or just to mention a few, sports. You know, Phalaborwa, after school, I was busy.
Yeah.
Sport and extramural activities. If you're not in sports, you were doing drama, athletics. You were just busy. You understand? Maybe before we go into that, what do you think are the most pressing issues facing our community right now?
Phalaborwa is now something else. Let me tell you now. I saw drugs. I knew drugs on movies only. Both cocaine, cat, things like that. Now there's what they call crystals and 1, 2, 3. You know, we only knew dacha as a drug while we were growing up. That's the only drug I knew until I saw people doing, I don't know if it's cat or cocaine. They're sniffing powder. Next thing I see someone with a pipe burning, the crystal, they're smoking it like that. Now, we didn't have hobos here.
No, we didn't.
It was unusual for us to. It was something else to say hobo in our era. You only see a person who's mentally disturbed, things like that, mentally ill. So, or a disabled person. To us, it was something like, okay, this one, auchu, kuna xipingi la tikweni, you understand? Uchava uchuwa loko vona xipingi, utsutsuma unprovoked like that. You don't know if this person will come at me or what. Then until recently, I see there's drugs left and right. But what motivates this? What is the cause? What is the root cause? You know, in Palabora, brah, I, I think the leadership here is not decisive.
Okay.
We're having that problem. We're having that challenge. It's what we call by the way. Maybe it will work out itself. Like that problem will just disappear, and it's perpetuating. It's continuing. Like it's growing. Like now it's natured. You understand? It's lack of employment. Those activities we used to have back then. Foskor would take out trucks and collect kids in the neighborhood, take them to Foskor. There were trucks
Yeah, I remember.
to go as far as
Lulekan,
Lulekan,
yes.
wherever, and 1, 2, 3, collect kids after school to go and play cricket, soccer, arts and
Dancing,
culture and whatnot. So this nowadays we don't have. We don't have such programs. Our recreational facilities is something else. You see, we even went to a point where a soccer field is sold.
Imagine.
Kutemo stands, a soccer field. That thing was meant to keep these people busy. You understand? We produce stars there and keep them from drugs like that. We no longer have. You understand? So that's the challenge. Our municipality should chip in like enforce
Sorry, maybe let's elaborate it further. When we talk about the leadership, who are we talking about? Can we be specific? Who are we talking about?
I think so. The leadership is the council.
Okay.
The council drives this thing, this town.
The government.
Yeah, the government. It's the government.
Okay.
And when, as the government, we don't make follow-ups. We are not into things. We have a problem of having leadership. Some of them, they're just there to occupy the seat. A person can go to council for 5 years, 5 full years, and say nothing in council, push no motion in council. You understand? Don't adopt anything, don't reject anything. Like you are just there for the salary. You understand? That's our challenge, that's our problem. Because our councillors are incapacitated, bro. Let me be honest.
Okay.
Most of them, they don't know what they are doing in council.
Who should we blame?
But we need who should we blame? I would say the people who put these people in power.
Okay.
You understand? If I vote for a person that I know this person can't take me forward, I must be blamed. I'm the problem.
Yeah.
People will protect things that they understand. Even you just protect for the sake of protecting. You understand? People are hungry. When I see you bringing a bribe pack to my house and 5 kg of meal and whatnot during that time of elections, you want to remain in power. These organizations, it starts in the branches. They have branches where people are elected to become leaders. You understand? The leadership it's elected there by the community members. So just because you were privileged before, you have something in your pocket, you can buy people off. That's a sad reality. It works like that. It works like that. Anyone who questions it, anyone who wants to challenge it, can come at me. No problem. But we know it's our reality. We live like that. The leadership is the people who have money. We don't look at the brains. We look at the bank account. This one can carry us from year to year. And the youth these days, they just drink alcohol, bro. All they do is alcohol. They go partying, drugs, 1, 2, 3. Go to the branch. The people who are feeding those memberships there, most of them, they don't even understand what they're doing there. They don't know why they should become members of an organization. You understand? So they're just voting kettles like that. So you put a person in power. You ask yourself, what kind of a leader must buy leadership quality? Because leadership quality is not for sale. You are born with it. Again,
Okay.
it's embroidered in your blood. You understand? It's only for you to be consistent, be knowledgeable, seek information so that you can understand which space to occupy at what time. You understand? As a leader, you must know as to how my people are going to benefit from this program. You design a program for your people to benefit. If you fail to do that, then where do you think everything will come from?
Okay.
Hanya ka nkarhi mihlolo ya vayintshwa ya ha ri kona. We live in an era. It's reality, and it's very painful. It hurts. You understand? So, people are fighting each other in our society, in our communities, for positions. Why? It looks like when you become a leader, you understand, there's a greater chance of you surviving. There's a greater chance of you being successful. Because the leadership, only the leadership has money. So who will not want to be a lead?
Because really.
Yeah, there's money, bro. There's a lot. You understand? There's what we call supply chain in every municipality. There's what we call supply chain. That's procurement.
Okay.
That's where the money is. There's tenders there. You understand? So that's where the money is. Who oversees this? The politicians. You understand? So who controls it? The politicians. Officials in the office, they take mandate from their bosses. Who's the boss? It's the council. Who has power in the council? And then you'll figure it out while you're busy. You understand? It's like that. It's a chain of command. The municipal manager takes mandate from somewhere. You understand?
Okay.
The CFO to make payment, it takes mandate from somewhere. So a project to be given to someone, it's a story on its own. You understand?
I hear you.
Yeah. People have friends everywhere. I have friends, you have friends. And I will want my friends to prevail. You will also want your friends to prevail. So who has power to do that? Then you ask yourself a question. You understand? Some things it's plain and out there.
I hear
People are just too lazy to understand, to look at it and analyze it and understand it. They will tell you about a system. What's a system?
Something they designed.
A system is designed. Who designs a system? Human beings.
Okay, Mthebule, maybe, no, just out of interest, what local policies would you like to see changed or introduced in our municipality? Where can we start?
Brah. I would say if we can look at this angle. For one to become a councillor, must meet certain merits. You must prove yourself. You must be worth it. You understand? You don't just go out there and find a councillor. A councillor must be someone of virtue, someone with qualities, someone with knowledge, someone who's educated to that extent that this one can understand, can articulate. You know, a document, yeah, council, ne? They'll bring you a document of 150 something pages. You must read the document, understand it, for you to analyze it, and you can engage on it. So the corners of that document needs English. The document doesn't come in Spedi, Stonga, Zulu.
Unfortunately.
It's straight English. So you put a person there in power. who can't read English. That person can't read English. I would understand if we say there are audio books. You just listen to the audio, it tells you about the document. It would be a different story. But the reading, my brother, it's something else. We may take it light.
Yeah.
Was and where doesn't mean the same thing.
Yeah.
You understand? Once you miss that concept, you're off ramping, you're gone. You're dead. And you're killing your people.
So you're saying we must start there
Yeah.
from the branch. Because whenever we're electing leadership, kufanele kuba abantu laba bangayazigela, people that are learned, so that they can be able to articulate, read, and write, and make sense of all the documents that are coming their direction.
100%.
Okay. So who should implement those things? Because if you are saying this, clearly it means kuna problem yele. We are led by people that are not learned. So these type of policies, who are supposed to change them? Because the ones that are supposed to maybe implement them are in the forefront and they lack those things.
Is the cancer.
Okay.
You know, the cancer is the alpha and omega. There's what we call plenums in the municipality per annum. Every new elected councillor, they go for inductions. There's what we call policy reviews. They book expensive hotels there for you to go and teach you about these things and understand this thing. You understand? They teach you about legislations. They teach you about policies. What's a policy? Why must a policy be implemented? You understand? So, who does that? Who's responsible? The council itself puts regulations in place. Environmental policies, whatsoever policy, municipal finance policies, any policy that you can think of in governance. It's all councillors, they go there. If you feel there's a need to change something in the document, there's space for that. So, in most cases, it's just copy and paste. You understand? No one is challenging the previous police. What I know for a fact, everyone will concentrate at is the salaries, increment or whatsoever. That's the only thing, brah. That's hitting a nerve in those policies conference. There's a policy conference for councillors. We go there, we deliberate on issues, we put measures in place. So we design the document for how we want it to be. But there's a problem. There's no people to do that. Why? Because it's a difficult job. It's a difficult job. You know, a document this big in 7 days, and then you are not from school. You are not learned like that. What do you think will happen? It's a tsunami. It's a tsunami.
Boy, cannot call.
Yeah, so I think if we can hire professional people, because we know these councillors are not learned, they're not from school. Let there be a budget. We hire professional consultants whom will focus on the policy on its own. Their sole purpose is the police. Deal with the police. Let's change here. They be the advisors of council about the policy that's in place. Because this policy is covering you here. This policy it's leaving you out here. This policy, you understand, so that they can understand the veracity of the police, so that they can understand what they are doing, what animal are they fighting. Because the secret is in those documents. Someone is still benefiting till today because of that document that was designed there way back then by the apartheid era. But through negotiations, the government didn't change the whole police.
Of course.
There are some policies, we talk about water rights control. Who's controlling the water? And let me tell you about water. Water is a source of life. It's a necessity in our life. You understand? Once you control the water, you control the people. That's how it works.
That's true.
Electricity is nothing. Control the water, you control your people. Upfulamati, upfala. People will worship you for opening the tap. You understand? People will pray unto you for closing the tap so that you can open the tap. Who has the right? It's not the government.
It's not.
It's not the government. You can check it. You can do your research. Who holds the water rights? You go and check. Our streams are dry. I even want to, drive around Kruger. You see, this is a river. This river cannot just have water like and be dry like that. There are farms in our areas. Who owns these farms? Who owns these hectares of farms? These big hectares. These lands are owned by the whites. They have designed dams in the farms. So they are giving us water the way they so think fit. You understand? If they give you 1,000 kilowatts, let me say megaliters per week, it's their decision. We don't have water because there are dams in these farms and they are closed. Water is not coming. Lepelle will do what they want to do. And there's nothing they can do. These people owns these farms. What they do in their farms is their problem. You understand?
Mthebule, let's talk about economic development in our municipality. We are a mining town. Do you believe that economically, Ba-Phalaborwa municipality and the citizens of Ba-Phalaborwa, community of Ba-Phalaborwa, do you believe we are doing well as compared to the amount of money that is coming out or in of our town through the mines and whatever it is that is making money in Phalaborwa?
I would say we're failing. We're way behind. Our town is decaying, bro. It's dilapidated. Let me put it so. It's dilapidated. A pothole. A pothole in front of the gate of the mine where we're making money. We're a mining community. We have PMC, we have Foskor here. There's what we call minopex. And look at what is happening. Contractors, all the big contracts, they're not with our local people. It means money is going out. Let me tell you about Trollop and UMM. If you can see their invoices, you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. So, financial report comes and say, we are a mining magnate, we are a financial sector, it's an institution on its own. We have, our budget is like 15 billion, whatnot, spent per month. Our profit is 1, 2, 3 billions. How many billions are going to Ba-Phalaborwa? You'll find the fraction. The fraction doesn't make sense.
Very questionable.
What must happen here if these mines were to say we're going 100% local? SMM is local. Development programs local. You understand? Who administers it? The municipality. You understand? There's a budget for development. It's there. There's what we call the social labor plan put in place. But if you can check, they don't meet the requirements there. Like The percentage there of progress, you'll be shocked. Show me one billionaire here in Palau, a black child who was born and raised here.
Go on.
There's no one. It's a problem. It's a challenge on its own. You understand? So it means the municipality, as a mayor, given power. You understand? That's what we call mining rights. We have 5 tribal authorities here. This Mishates owns the land. They are the ones who must authorize these mines to mine, GMRE to issue the certificates, the mining rights. You understand? The mining rights is authorized by us as a community. There are no what we call, we can say public participation this nowadays for the people of Ba-Phalaborwa to can say we are happy with this with this PMC, we are happy with this Foskor, we are happy with this minor packs. We don't have such.
Okay.
So that will give us direction. If our people are not happy, something is wrong. And if our people is happy, our people are happy, that means something is right. So who's happy now? Ba-Phalaborwa people are not happy. The strike after strike, it's now becoming a culture. When you need something, you must go on strike. When you want something, you must go on strike. There's the municipality there, we have a supply chain. There's projects there. You'll find a person come from KZA, Polokwane, Northwest, from neighboring provinces, come and work in your area. There are people who are qualified for that job. They don't get those jobs. You can't tell me it's about pricing. How does a person from Northwest hear about a tender Phalaborwa?
It's very
Yeah, must part. Eh? The municipality must lock Phalaborwa down and say, hey, comrades, I see you are busy here. There's business people. Can all SMMEs submit their profiles? Create a database where we know this one specializes on this one specializes on this. You understand? Develop them. We can do that. We can have that budget for development. Every month there's a budget in the municipality for stationery, cleaning whatsoever, and 1, 2, 3, those things. People deliver them. You understand? We call them the 30,000 RFQs. There's RFQs up to 200,000 every month in the municipality. They're there. Who are delivering these things? Who are doing these jobs? Because we don't see millionaires from the municipality who were groomed by the municipality. And then we lack what we call incubation programs. We don't have. You understand? For you to want a grade 9, you must incubate. You prepare that person to become what you want them to be. So that when tomorrow you are looking for a specialist, you know, I have a specialist myself. I have taught this one. I took them all the levels. I trained them myself. I know they can do it. I've seen them doing it through practicals. You understand? So we don't have such. We're having a problem. PMC, there's no incubation programs. I tell you now. Go to Foskor, there's none. They'll advertise a tender. They say we want a grade 3, a grade 5, a grade 7, and whatnot. Where does that grade 7 come from? If you didn't start that person from grade 1, you must just wake up being a grade 7.
It's not possible.
It's not possible. So it means we must have such programs for SMMEs. You know, let me tell you about SMMEs. They are the key players in the economy. They are the key players. They are the ones who are giving people jobs. And if you hire local, the money will be spent local. You understand? So our economy on its own gains strength.
Yes.
You understand?
I hear you.
So if PMC, Foskor, municipality can create millionaires, it means we have pillars here of strength. You understand? We have breadwinners. who are taking care of people. So you take a contract, you give it to someone from Northwest. Do you think that person will build a double story here in Phalaborwa? No.
Never.
We have a bent mall here. Who's going to donate?
Because no one can afford.
No one can afford. So we were stuck between two places, between a rock and a hard place. Who are there?
Mthebule, how can ordinary citizens hold their leaders accountable?
There's what we call public participations. At some point, there's what we call per month. We're supposed to have that in council. We have public. It's open to the public, where anyone in our society, in our community, can ask a question. But I make a gallery in council. You understand? So if it's supposed to happen like that, where anyone can have a chance to talk to the leadership, those public council sittings. You understand? It means that's where the people can interact direct with the leadership. So it will assist. It's there. It's supposed to happen. It's just that we don't see it happening. They just continue with normal council like that. So we're used to what imbizos. People go to an imbizo and attack each other about branch feuds, political issues like that. Even it's not political. Let me not lie to people. It's not political. When you are organizational, you do organizational work. It means the affairs in the organization, they are organizational affairs. You understand? That's not politics.
They're not political affairs. It's like
So politicians, that's where a group of people who represents people come together and negotiate for the better good of their people. You understand? For development for their people.
Okay.
That's politics. Politics is a game of numbers. It doesn't work like that. That's not politics. So it means you're in a wrong field. Automatically, you are running numbers in politics. So it's a different spectrum. Like being a politician, bruh, you represent people. You fight for development for your people. Like in short, you fight for their better good. That's when you become
For
a
their
politician.
For people.
So organizational is something else.
No, I hear you. Mthebule, before Nduzankar, and also I don't want this episode to be too long because you've shared very important information.
Sure.
I want my viewers to watch all of it and finish it. So I don't want it to be too long. Let's talk about a little bit about Ba-Phalaborwa local suppliers. What is your mandate? What is it that you want to achieve? What are you guys about? What is this organization about?
Yeah, Ba-Phalaborwa local suppliers is its mission is to see the economy of Ba-Phalaborwa growing, to see SMMEs of Ba-Phalaborwa becoming something else, being developed.
Okay.
It's all about Ba-Phalaborwa benefiting from their minerals. Like they must benefit in the Zisti. It mustn't be a one-man show where a group of elites are benefiting only. And we want to make sure there are boundaries. A person from Polokwane to come and work here, it must be a challenge to them. Because you understand, a person from outside, after working, they're taking their money out. You understand?
You don't spend it locally.
They don't spend it here. Even if they buy material, they don't buy from our local suppliers. They bring things from Gauteng, from KZN, from Cape Town, like, you understand? That's the challenge we are facing. So the BLS is fighting to keep Ba-Phalaborwa people benefiting within the boundaries of Ba-Phalaborwa.
Okay.
Because also us, when we go outside, we're being chased. You
Yeah,
can't
of
go and
course.
attend a tender briefing at Beggars, just here in Beggarsford. You can't go there. I tell you now. Try it, you'll see.
You are not from Beggars.
You might not come back with your car. Yeah, so it's happening all over. It's happening, it's starting to happen. I've seen videos trending from Northwest now. People were being chased from.
I saw one as well.
You
Yeah,
understand?
I saw it.
So, but here in Phalaborwa, it's happening. It is happening, and the leadership is allowing it. You understand? Why, if one needs to benefit, why don't you call your local people and say, comrades, yeah, there's a job, and job brings bread. You understand? You empower locals, people who are supposed to benefit by law. But it's a legislature. It's there. It's gazetted. It was approved in 2018 by the minister. You understand? So we have what we call broad-based social economic development chart. It speaks to it. People must benefit here. And mind you, PMC produces 60% fine copper.
60.
Yeah, 60% fine copper. It's the best of the best. We're the best in the world.
But we are not the best. But our
one
town,
of the best.
But economically, we
doesn't
not.
Speak to the town.
Yeah.
You understand?
But tell me, according to your knowledge or by local language, do you think nationally, not even locally, do you think our society is aware? Do we have enough knowledge when it comes to mining, and do we also understand the real value of our minerals?
I'll say we don't.
Why?
It's because the gates are closed.
Okay.
You understand? Go and check. Go into records of PMC and check how many people are local who are holding power positions. Those executives there, who's from here. If automatically the leadership is not from here, that person will develop his people. You understand? They'll bring in their people.
I know.
It's like that. You want to tell me we don't have people with honors here, with doctorates and whatsoever here?
We do.
Who can run that procurement? Who can run that mine?
We do.
We don't have.
No, we do.
We do. We have people with degrees sitting at home. They are not being allowed passage. Why? Because they are a threat. Number one, locality, it's more points. You understand? So it's gatekeeping like that. We call it gatekeeping. So for you to live longer, happy like that, I must close rank. You understand?
I hear you. I hear you.
And now the problem with our people, let's go back to the government. Our people don't vote.
Okay.
They don't vote. They don't register to vote. They don't know who budget their government. EP registered voters. So we are overpopulated with a small number of registered voters.
That means with a small budget.
That equals a small budget. And then we want to benefit all of us and on that small budget. You understand?
Good.
It's a mess on its own. It's a mess. And we should be having those campaigns, those awarenesses and whatnot, to say, let's go door to door IEC. Not once a year, not because elections are around the corner. It must be an everyday thing.
Okay.
High schools, we make sure kulokongwana are register for an ID. Must be a registered voter. At the same time, we interlink those departments and say a child new ID application goes along with
the registration.
A registration of being a voter. So it will speak to the budget as well. It will assist at that angle. But it's not happening. Maybe it's because there are not people who are seeing it on that angle. But if they can, if this thing can get to those people who are in power who can implement, if they can integrate these two, then we'll be talking something else.
Okay, great. How old is this baby? Ba-Phalaborwa local suppliers.
I would say it's almost a year now.
Okay.
We started it last year, August.
As the municipality, did you guys get endorsement from the municipality? Are you recognized in the all stakeholders?
Yeah, our formation was us alone as local business people.
Okay.
We call meetings. We have a meeting venue. We call meetings. We even have a WhatsApp group where we issue invites. So when you come to that meeting, you get information. So our WhatsApp group it's mainly focused on notifications, invitations, and whatnot. What we discuss in the meeting. So we registered the BLS. It's registered now as a non-profit company.
Oh, I see.
As a non-profit company, it's an NPC.
Okay.
So there's what we call the BCF. It's the fora of Ba-Phalaborwa. We work hand in glove with the BCF. We also report to them as community members. We are not above them. We are not their equal. We are just something else on the side. Who are saying we want to see this happening.
Okay.
So we will call in everyone. We reinforce whoever understands the mandate and thinks this mandate of the BLS will assist them in the near future. They are more than welcome to come and join in. We don't have membership fees. It's for free. Yeah. As long as if you know you're an SMME,
you're welcome.
You're welcome. That's how we operate. We've been engaging with the municipality.
Okay.
We went to meetings with them. They listen to us.
Okay.
Yeah, they recognize us. Foskor, they know we're engaging with them. We're in a process now. We're chasing something there. So they know us.
Okay.
You understand? Let me say, the financial institutions, they know us.
Okay.
Now, they know us. When we say we're Ba-Phalaborwa local suppliers, they are not shocked. They know us.
Okay. You're not a stranger.
Yeah, we're not.
And what have been some of the biggest wins so far that you can share with our listeners?
Let me say, in Foskor,
yes,
we're fighting this thing of local SMMEs to be prioritized.
Okay.
If they're listening, it's just that we're in a level of implementation.
Okay.
They are responding positively, so they are working with us now. It's just that we're not there yet, but bit by bit. On my side, I would say victory is certain.
Okay.
Because we crossed some bridges, so we're at another level now. Through the municipality, through the mayor, with the blessings of the mayor. Yeah, so we're busy engaging with them.
Okay.
So we're hoping anytime soon. The leadership is not around, they're in China. As soon as they are back, we're going to continue with our talks and whatnot. So we're not focusing only on Foskor. Every financial institution here, every financial sector, we're there. We're going there. We want to see change in Ba-Phalaborwa. We must be prioritized.
I guess.
And the economy of Ba-Phalaborwa must come back to life.
No, I believe you guys. Okay, before we close, one of the reasons we are doing this podcast, I said it to be an eye opener. We want people to be encouraged after watching this episode. Someone is gonna learn and grow in their area, and there are those that are looking up to you. I also believe that you also want to live. When you leave this earth, you want to see someone like you.
Yeah, a legacy behind.
Yeah, someone running where you are running now. So, what message do you have for young people who want to speak but feel unheard? Awatwakali, but they have a voice. They want to say something. What message do you have briefly, Nje?
I would say to the youngsters, all the youngsters out there, not only the youngsters, to everyone actually.
Yes.
Because old people have rights as well. So I would say to anyone, if you feel the environment that you are at doesn't favor you, it's not conducive for you to be in it, then you need to challenge it. Don't be afraid to talk. Voice out, not through frustrations. You understand? You start in a civil manner, and then you make sure the message that you want to convey it's heard.
Okay.
Make sure you go to the right people. Propaganda doesn't assist. Propaganda is an enemy to growth. Propaganda is an enemy to society. Propaganda will kill us all. So propaganda brings enemies that you don't have. Why? Because you started a rumor, falsifying statements against someone, and then that person who is supposed to help you fight the fight automatically is your enemy. You understand? But for us to survive as Umkambat, as society, we need to stand with one another. I must call you comrade, meaning it, you are my comrade. The term comrade means soldiers of the same struggle. You understand?
Okay.
So
I didn't know that.
so if we fight for the same thing, automatically we are comrades. So what's our common fight here? Economical development.
No.
You understand?
Yeah, no. I hear you.
So if we fight together, we're going to achieve. Together we will achieve. But divided, I tell you now, nothing will happen. Why? Because there will be that thing of ilu. Lu what wanna lu enter in why lu? Want to say so. Instead of saying this chap is fighting and this fight is fighting, can't win alone. Let's join hands. Let's assist this chap to achieve what will benefit all of us. You understand? That's our problem here.
I hear you.
Everyone wants to be a leader this nowadays, brah.
Yeah.
When one is ambitious like that, they tend to lose focus. They don't listen. They don't utilize that skill of listening proper. You understand?
That can be very dangerous.
And it's very harmful. It's harmful.
Okay.
It can hurt us. So if you can listen to each other and be tolerant, we become tolerant like that to one another. One thing I'll guarantee you is we were born with different mindsets.
Yes.
Our brains don't operate the same.
Yeah.
We can't think on the same pace.
That's how it's supposed to be.
We can't think the same thing.
Yes.
If it was like that, God made it like that. I would see your thoughts. I would understand your thoughts.
Yeah.
There would be a network of thoughts. We would see things in one vision. You understand? So it's up to us to make this thing common. Common factors. You know, common sense is never common.
Yeah, no, it's not.
But we make it common.
Yes.
That's why we created the term common sense. So to me, common sense is something. To you, common sense is something. So we collaborate the senses, and then they become common. So if you can work like that, let's join hands, come together. The enemy is not your friend. The enemy is not your neighbor. The enemy is not your cousin. The enemy is not these white people you see here. Your enemy is not. Let's join hands, come together. The white man is fighting very hard to protect what he has. A black child is fighting very hard to take what the white man has. Instead of going to the white man, learn the skill, create your own.
I hear you.
You understand? Combine forces. You understand? You bring something positive out of it.
I think I must do another episode with you.
Yeah, we must stop killing each other.
You have a lot of information to share. Who are the local heroes that you feel they are not celebrated? Maybe you can mention a few.
Let me not lie to you.
Okay.
Let me not lie to you for now.
Okay.
Yeah. It's something because, propaganda. You'll think Mandela is a hero.
Okay.
And then today you hear a different story. Tomorrow is 1, 2, 3. Robert Sobukwe this, there's something. Solomon Mahlangu this, there's something. Oliver Tambo, there's something. But the ideology of Oliver Tambo, I still respect.
Okay.
I still respect. Nelson Mandela, I still respect. All the leaders that we know they fought for our freedom, I still respect. The leader, Chris Hani, the late Chris Hani, I still respect.
Okay.
You understand? It's just that frustrations of back then were influenced by anger.
Yeah, I
So
see.
if we think out of anger, we tend to make wrong decisions.
Okay.
You understand?
Let's bring it home. What about locally?
Locally, you know, there's this chap, our former mayor, Moses Mthebule. That chap is not corrupt. That man, he works according by the book, not of greed. You understand? He's not a greedy person. I know him personal. I understood him. I know his struggle. I know why he's fighting. He might have his flaws. He's not perfect. He's a human being. But let me tell you now, go and sit with that man and understand him. You'll find direction. He will never teach you how to fight with a person. He will give you information that you need to know for you to survive and for your people to survive. He'll give you skills to go at it. You understand? He'll teach you things, deeper things. He's a veteran. He's in the Veterans League. He's a veteran. That old man. If you can go and listen to him, content, information, you understand? That old man has information, and he teaches it to everyone. He doesn't care. As long as you are with him,
And
you
you're
are
willing
young,
to
you are
learn.
old, he will tell you things that will assist you in life.
Jones.
That's it. That's how it works.
If you're allowed to listen to him.
Yeah. So I've seen people like now this politics of nowadays is factions. Like it's a group of people fighting each other. You know, while we are concentrating on fighting, you understand? We're losing power, we're losing numbers in the process. Every conference of organizations decreases numbers by half of membership. They jump ship, half is gone. The winning team will remain the losing team will jump ship. Why? Everyone is arrogant. Everyone wants things to be done their way.
And we are missing the point.
We're missing the point. Majority rules. This group wins, we join them. Let them lead. If we are smart, we'll learn from them. We'll outsmart them tomorrow. That's how it's supposed to work. But if you divorce yourself from them, you'll never learn anything. You are going to start something elsewhere. Once you start something elsewhere, there will be a break in between. It's a decrease of numbers still. You understand? So we are not winning, we are not achieving as black people. Can you imagine DA with less membership? Is the official opposition in South Africa, a group of minorities. But DA doesn't have numbers, people.
Yeah,
but they are within the space. You understand? And these organizations of being started out of anger. Hey, it's personal, China. It's hot in there. It's hot.
Is it?
Anger brings what? You know, all those decisions, my brother, I tell you now, they won't be proper. Because your judgment is clouded by anger. Once your judgment is clouded by anger, you're bound to make wrong decisions. Propaganda, it's like that. It's like that. Cope is dead. It was coming all right. Now the EFF, let me tell you now, it was started out of anger. Now it's dropping. It is losing members. It's because they allowed factions in between. MK party now. It's a new baby. It's a newborn. You understand? But already there's enough problems to can feed the whole country. Yeah? There's problems. It's hard there. You understand? You can't start an organization, you court order.
No, it doesn't work.
You're starting, already there's a court order. One is challenging this, 1, 2, 3 is this. One automatically, there's no center there. Go one first. That thing is, it's a mess. We live in a country of a mess.
Yeah.
My brother, South Africa, it's a mess.
Yeah, Lungisek.
Anything happens here, anything goes here. You understand?
Are you saying we are a banana republic?
Sort of. Even we are West. Let me tell you, we are West. We are West.
But is it something we can be able to sort it out?
As long as the leadership stands firm, be consistent, and have a backbone to take bold decisions. They must stand like Traore, that Ibrahim, that Burkina Faso man. My brother, let's look back at Libya. Gaddafi is dead. What did he leave behind? What was he fighting for? My brother, in Libya, there's no poor person. Yeah, there's no poor person in Libya. Why? Gaddafi made sure every mineral there takes care of his people. You understand? I understand he was a dictator, but his dictatorship was for the better good of his people. Those who fought with him, they had to drop. It's a fact. They had to. They had to be eliminated, bruh. You eliminate your problem. You understand? Back then, it was in the Middle East, that side, in Africa, people die every day in large numbers. But why is South Africa so why is everything happening in South Africa? You have a Nigerian person walking around without papers. They arrest that person, you'll see that person walking to more. They don't deport that person. You understand? The system is corrupt to the latter. SAPS, sworn to protect and serve. They are the terrorists here.
SAPS.
Yeah, they are the terrorists here. You know, SAPS people. Chocho is high. Traffic department. It's Chocho everywhere. People take money, bruh. Money runs this South Africa. So you can find a child on the street and ask for direction. That child will expect 5 rand.
Don't charge.
Yeah, will expect 5 rand in return. So it's like that, my brother.
I hear
you. I'm not mentioning names.
Yes.
I'm saying our system it's a mess.
Yeah.
If we don't take note and be firm and be consistent, I'm telling you, we're going into something. South Africa will be something else.
Ay, Kalanga.
You understand?
We'll arrange again and you've got a lot of information. And I believe that our viewers are enjoying. I had a great time.
I had a great time.
Yeah, no. Thank you so much for coming. We will arrange with the team and then maybe we'll do another episode. I just don't know when, but we should do it very soon.
I'm 100% available, my brother.
Thank you so much.
As long as it's the better good of our people.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah, indeed.
Knowledge is power.
I agree.
Without knowledge, without information, you are living a pointless life. You don't have direction.
Yes, indeed.
So you must know when to stop. You must know when to start. Knowledge will guide
you. Yes. Thank you so much for coming, my man. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. We are Ba-Phalaborwa Podcast Corner on Facebook. Please like, comment there, subscribe. On YouTube, we are Ba-Phalaborwa Podcast Corner. Please like and comment, subscribe, share also tell your friends to tell their friends about Palavrwa Podcast Corner. We love hearing from you. We really appreciate your comments and your engagement. This was brought to you by Photoflary. These guys are doing amazing work. If you have a wedding or any event that you need photography, please feel free to contact them on their contact details that is on the screen. Thank you so much for watching. Let's meet again on our next episode. Thank you.
Salute.
Tango.
Hey.
Hey, bud.